if you're thinking about moving to Laval des Rapides, which is a neighborhood within Laval, I'm pretty sure you'll like this video because I'm sharing with you some pros and some cons, the good and the bad of Laval des Rapides. Laval des Rapides is really a city within a city, and it reminds me of Montreal in some areas of Montreal because you have that same energy, that same vibe. The density of the population of the neighborhood is really high for Laval, and it reminds me of some areas of Montreal. So a lot of people that say, I wouldn't live in Laval, well, when they take a look at the area, the neighborhood of Laval des Rapides, they might say, well, you know what? Laval des Rapides could work because you can walk to everything around where you live. And generally speaking, you have a good quality of life. And to give you an idea of the size of its population, there's just over 42,000 people that live there. Now let's get to it. If this is your first time to my channel and you like real estate, you like having information about the city of Laval and all the surrounding areas and about Montreal, well, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel and maybe hit that bell notification so you get informed about every single new video I'll put on the market. And on top of that, I give you every week, almost every week, a few tours of condos, of houses, of multifamily units that I'm selling. It'll give you an idea of what's it like to live in the area. My name is Gabriel Laflamme. I've been a realtor since 2009, and I get calls and emails and texts from people just like you and you and you and you almost every single day. And my team and I were there to help, whether you have a project of buying or selling property in Laval or in all the different suburbs around Laval. We're there to help. We're there to make your transition as smooth as possible. So whether you have a project in a week, a month, 6 months, a year, give us a call. We'll be there to help. Now let's start with the cons. The first con, the neighborhood of Laval des Rapides is really not homogeneous in the sense that on the same street you could have a house, a condo building, a duplex, a triplex, 2 or 3 houses, and a house that was built 10 years ago, a house that was built 75 years ago. So in other words, it's not homogeneous like you would find in some other areas of Laval or in the Laurentians, such as in Blainville, for instance. The second con, the neighborhood of Laval des Rapides, some areas are quiet, such as the area close to the water, close to the Boulevard Cartier. But when you get closer to the Cégep Montmorency or the Concord Boulevard, it's really noisy because there's lots of cars, lots of people that live there. So if you're looking for a quiet place to raise your kids, I might choose another area. A little side note, even though some areas are really noisy, if you look carefully, you'll find some quiet places too. The third con, prices of real estate have gone up. It's really pricey to buy a property in Laval des Rapides because of its high demand. To give you an idea, I'm looking at my stats right now. If you're looking to buy a duplex, you'll find lots of those in Laval des Rapides. A duplex would cost $770K, $770,000 for a duplex. And for a single family home, close to $560,000 for a single family home, So that gives you an idea of how much you would have to spend to buy a property in this area. Quite pricey. The fourth con, rents are really expensive because you have the university, you have all the different schools. It's a trendy neighborhood to live. So when you're looking to rent a place, I'll give you an idea. My client, she owns a duplex. The second floor, it's a 3-bedroom apartment and she rents it for $1,450. The apartment is about 70 years old. It's been remodeled. It's nice, but it's not new. And she gets $1,450 per month, so that gives you an idea. She's close to the subway. But if you're looking to rent a newer condo, a 2-bedroom apartment, for instance, 900 square feet, you would pay between $1,600 till maybe $1,900, whether you take a garage, indoor garage or not. So again, it's expensive to buy a property, but it's also expensive to rent a place if you want to live in Laval des Rapides because you're so close to Montreal. The fifth con, the neighborhood of Laval des Rapides, generally speaking, is quite old. It's aged. The buildings are old because the great majority of buildings were built before the 1960s and between the 1960s and the 1980s. So when you're driving on a typical street in Laval des Rapides, you'll notice that the houses are old. For those of you that are looking to find a place where the houses are new and you have like this new infrastructures and new roads and new schools and new parks, well, this is not what you'll get in Laval des Rapides. It's a little bit like some areas of Montreal. It's a great place to live, but It's not as new as what you'll find in some other areas of Laval or in the Laurentians. Now let's move to the pros of living in Laval des Rapides, this great neighborhood in Laval. The first pros is the proximity of Laval des Rapides with Montreal. You're really a few minutes away from Montreal, whether you use the public transportation or your car, or even you could walk there, run there, and use your bike to go to Montreal, really close. Second pro, you have 3 subway stations in Laval des Rapides, which is really great. They were established a few years back, but it's really nice because you could go downtown Montreal without using your car. You could go there for parties, you could go there to restaurants, there are all sorts of events in Montreal. You walk a few minutes to the subway station closer to where you live, because there's 3, so there's a good chance you'll live close to a subway station and you can go directly to the downtown area. That's really nice, really sweet. The third pro, the schools are great and they're really close. You have elementary school, you have high school, but you have a Cégep Montmorency, which is central in Laval des Rapides. And at the same time, just across the street, you have Université de Montréal, Montreal University, and you have also UQAM. So 2 great universities, they have a campus in Laval, which means that you could go to elementary school, high school, Cégep, university, and all in the same area. This is really great. The fourth pro, there's a strong rental demand. If you own a duplex or a triplex, which you'll likely do if you decide to own a property, because this is pretty much what you'll find in Laval des Rapides. There's lots of duplex and triplex. Well, if you buy one of these, you'll have to find a tenant, and you'll easily find a tenant because there's really high demand. You'll put a sign in front of your yard, in front of your property. Within a couple of hours, you'll find your tenant easily. The fifth pro is that you're just walking distance to everything you will need. You're close to the groceries, you're close to the drugstores, you're close to the school, you're close to the transportation, the public transportation. If you want to go see a show or watch the Rocket, which is a hockey team in Laval, you can walk to see a show. So everything is walking distance. And if you need to take your car, you'll ride your car for like 3 minutes to get to where you want to go. So everything is really, really close. The sixth and last pro of Laval des Rapides is its huge park, the Parc Bernard Landry, which is close to the Cartier Boulevard, and it's a really nice place to go for a picnic, to go for a run, to train. There's all sorts of sports you can practice with friends and some teams you might have, and it's really, really nice to say that, you know what, on a great Saturday afternoon, I can go with my girlfriend or my family to this lovely park and enjoy the beautiful sun. All right, so this is it for all the pros and cons of living in Laval des Rapides. Again, it's a neighborhood within Laval. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have a project of buying or selling a property in Laval or in any of the suburbs around Laval or Montreal, my team and I were there to help. You send us an email, you call us, we'll be there to help to make your transition as smooth as possible. In the meantime, take good care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.